You do.
I have the answers, Marco.
You do not have the answers. Well, then tell me, what are the answers?
I got the cheat sheet.
You got the cheat.
The answer is having another Rice Krispie treat. Those things are scrumptious. They are delicious.
They are delicious.
Oh my God, so good.
Is it a pre-made Rice Krispie treat, or is this a homemade sort of deal that you got going on?
God, no. We are way too lazy. Oh, wait, no, I mean, it is a pre-made. It's just straight snap, crackle, pop, right from the box. We didn't make them. Way too lazy. Got them on sale.
All right, we are live. We are live. We are up. We are running. And I think
Way to
this is
drop.
due. I think this is due, right?
I think it's due.
Welcome to the Bleedbigblue podcast, dedicated coverage of the New York Football Giants by your hosts, Marco, Trifecta, T. Merritt, and JBW.
What is going on, everyone? My name is Marco, your host of the Bleedbigblue podcast. We're jumping on a little bit early because why not? A lot of things going on in Giants land. I have Captain Negative on the line. Of course, I don't even remember your first name anymore. What is your name? You have taken on
Correct.
a persona that I don't even know who you are.
It's actually my first name is Correct.
Captain Correct.
Captain Correct.
Man, you are going to have to change that Twitter handle all the time if it's Captain Correct.
I'm going to have to, yeah. Definitely. Captain Foresight, Captain Foreskin, you never know. You never know who you're at. You never know who you're at with me.
You never know who's replying. Who's talking to me? This guy seems happy today.
I have multiple personalities.
Yes, can I talk to the Happy James? Is the Happy James there?
You gotta ask which one you want to speak to.
They're all there at the same time?
I can gain access to them at the same time. I can bring them in whenever you want them. So you just let me know what you need, and I'll give it to you.
All right. I think on the line I see the lights going on. We got a few calls. I think the first was Justin. Justin.
Here they come. Straight from happy hour, Tim. And
hello.
From the champagne room, Justin.
Demi came for a visit, man, and you know when Demi comes for a visit, you can't say no.
No, I got you. You can't say no. I got you. She was fresh out of rehab too.
I don't care. That's when they're at their most vulnerable.
No, that's when they need. Yeah, she needed it. She was yearning.
Slip it in.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's see who's on 973. Is Tim calling from an incognito number?
Uh-oh. Or somebody's calling to sabotage the show already.
Oh, we going with young sabotaging of the show. 973, are you there?
Hello?
Oh, speak up.
Hello. We hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Who's it?
Tim, you there? You drunk?
How you doing? Calling from Jersey.
Jersey.
Hey, Jersey. What's up, bro? What do you want to talk about?
Oh man, a lot, bro. This season, man, like everybody's basically a bum in my eyes. Everybody's a bum. Gutterman is the cream of the crop. He's the bum of them all. How do you trade away Snacks? I mean, I could live with Eli Apple because Eli Apple was really.
Oh no! So you're mad that they traded Snacks away?
Hold on, I'll start off. I'll start off
a little bit.
What's
why they traded away for
Why, hold on. Let's focus because I feel like the whole fan base is completely have gone off the deep end. Mm-hmm. So I want to take this time to talk to you because if you're upset about Snacks, my concern is that you have no clue what's going on here. So
Well, I'm not upset about Snacks. I'm upset that they could have got more for him. Like, I don't care about.
Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. What do you think they could have got for him? Do you think that the Giants were offered a 3rd-round pick and were like, no, we'll take the 5th?
Bro, you got me there. You got me
right?
there.
I mean, so that's the value. And now you want to know why the value is that? Why I had to explain this to somebody earlier today.
Oh, pick me.
Why do I get two picks for Apple and I get 1 pick for Snacks that's a 5th rounder? Here's why.
Pick me.
Apple is at a position of need.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Snacks is at a position of not Snacks. Eli Apple is at more of a position of need. He's younger and he's on a rookie contract. Snacks is a run stopper who can't get to the pass, who can't rush the quarterback, okay, in a league that's gone full pass, and he's close to 30 years old, and he's making a ton of money. And on this team, on the Giants, we're 20th against the run. So Snacks, since week 1, has seen his snaps drop weekly. So what's the problem?
He's playing 2 down.
You should be this is the first thing Gettleman has done that's made sense.
I think what's frustrating. First of all, let me say that my take on the Snacks trade is that you're in a league where we're 1 week before the trade deadline, and could they have held out for a higher pick? Maybe, but because of the way that the NFL schedule works, if they didn't take that trade today, they're probably not taking that trade. They're not making any trade of Snacks until next Monday. Okay? We play in the NFL. It's a violent game. The chance of injury is 100%. And if Snacks gets injured in that game, then nobody wants him. I think that this also speaks to the fact that regardless of whether they traded him or not, Snacks wasn't going to be on the team next season.
Mm-hmm.
And we can be upset about that from a team planning perspective. We can be upset about that because it means that this team is one piece far away from being a true competitor. But the bottom line is he wasn't going to be on this team next season, and so they struck while the iron was hot and took the offer that was in front of them.
So do
you got to remember there's another team on the other end of the phone, guys. So the Lions basically are saying, hey, man, we're ready to do the deal now because we want to get Snacks here on Thursday so we can use him and have him informed on the game plan and be able to use him on Sunday. I'm not waiting for you, Gettleman. I got shit to do. Like, the other team has a say in this. It's a negotiation. Just because we're Giant fans doesn't mean the Giants get to pick and choose the way that things go down. Doesn't happen.
My point is that Snacks is a great player, of course, but you can find defensive tackles anywhere throughout the league that are good. Jonathan Hankins was cut.
They have him.
Jonathan Hankins got a huge contract in Indy for Indy, got cut, and barely got his job back. And that's like a solid upper-tier defensive tackle. They're around the league.
And they've drafted Tomlinson and Hill as well.
Yeah, they've drafted his replacement
so you have,
the past 2
have
years.
Young pieces at that position.
And don't forget about McIntosh.
No, 100%, Justin. But that's the thing right now. The thing is to accumulate assets and cap space. That's it. And this is what they should have been doing last year, and they completely misjudged the field. And now the only intrigue here is since they've realized that now it's time to do it, is it too late? Because if Herbert doesn't come out next year, gentlemen, yikes.
Well, the latest news is that he had some like press conference. I don't know if it was press conference, but a bunch of reporters got him outside of a practice, I think. And they asked him pretty bluntly, like, what are your plans for next year? He said he hasn't even thought about it, which is a lie. But at least he didn't say
definitely a lie.
What everyone thought he was going to say, or what it's rumored that he's going to stay another year so he could play with his brother.
I have a really tough time. That you got to figure the kid has an agent, right?
Mhm.
And I have a really tough time to think that, and even not the agent, like the college coaches that are surrounding him, his family that's surrounding him. I understand the allure of wanting to play with your brother. I get it,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Totally understand. I get it. For a young kid, I get it. But if they can't between now and the time that they declare for the draft, if they can't make this kid see that if he doesn't do this now, it could be something that he can regret the rest of his life. I don't understand how he does it.
Well, so here's the other thing that I want to say, right? Think about it. Think about it in this way. It's easy for Herbert to say right now that he's staying at Oregon and doing his thing. He's the BMOC. He's the big man on campus. He's getting shit done, and he's probably laying a lot of cable, right? So,
There's a lot of demis in line.
right, a lot of demis coming out of rehab in line for Justin
A lot
Herbert.
of demis.
That's what they do for us. It's in the name.
If for our older listeners, we're not talking about Demi Moore. We're talking about Demi Lovato. So go ahead.
I wouldn't.
With that said, it's a completely different thing to say, no, I'm going to stay in school when somebody comes to you and they say, look, it doesn't matter who has the number one pick or who trades for the number one pick. You're going number one, and with that comes $30 million guaranteed dollars or whatever the number is. When you tell a kid that, and he can put that in as a guarantee, that kid's not walking away from that money. He can play.
Even if someone told me just
he can play catch with his brother at Christmas.
Tell your brother to hit the fucking gym and to kill it for 4 years, and maybe your team ends up drafting him, and you can play with him in the NFL. But I don't understand. I don't see how he stays in school. It doesn't make sense on any level for him to stay in school. The only way it would make sense for him to stay in school is, God forbid, the kid got hurt this year and needed to come back to rebuild some of that value and prove that he was okay. Other than that, if this kid plays healthy, if he's healthy for the rest of the year, he has to declare. And I got news for you. It wouldn't even have to be a first-round pick. If they told me that if he gets told that you're a top 5, top 10 pick in the NFL draft, even if you go back to school, you hurt your knee, you hurt your arm, something happens, you have a horrible year, you're not going in the top 10. You may not be a first-round pick with the class that's coming out there. So, strike while the iron's hot. You're the name this year. Take advantage of it. There's no guarantee next year. I don't see how he doesn't come out.
I don't see it. I don't see as well. If the goal, he went to college primarily to become a professional football player. If that's the goal, looking at the way it stands now, being most likely the number one draft pick if things are going the way they are, you have to come out. You don't get better than.
And I got news for you. If I'm a kid coming out this year, and I'm the only kid, because I honestly think that other than Herbert, I got no interest in any of the other guys. So if you're going to tell me, if I'm Herbert, and you said, listen, the two teams that are going to be throwing themselves at you are either going to be the Raiders in Las Vegas with John Gruden or the New York Football Giants. You're going to be the face of Raider Nation or one of the classiest franchises in sports. You're going to the Black Hole or you're going to the Big Blue Wrecking Crew.
Right.
One or the other. Right? So, those are two franchises where, wow, when you look at the landscape of the teams that are going to be there and the teams that are going to be vying for a quarterback and the way things are shaping up, and here's the other thing, the Raiders may not even be – the Raiders supposedly now, there's a good relationship between Carr and Gruden. So who knows what's happening there? There's a chance that the Giants are the only team in that top 5, top 7 that needs a quarterback whatsoever. So, it's right there for you if you're Herbert. If you know it's the Giants and you got a chance to go play with Beckham and Barkley, how do you pass that up? Knowing that if you come back next year, the team that may be taking you, what's the talent around them? It's just everything adds up to him coming out this year. Everything adds up to it.
Also, Darnold last year played the same game where he wasn't sure if he was going to come out. I mean, granted, it was a year earlier in the eligibility, right? He was a sophomore, as opposed to him being.
But still, I mean,
But he played the game a little bit.
Yeah, he came out. He played the game. He did what he had to do while he was in school, and you hope that's what's going on with Herbert. The only thing is, I don't know, that family thing, that's the only thing. Like, some people don't care. Like, some guys don't care about the money. Some guys don't care about that. Some guys are willing to sacrifice that. And I just hope Herbert, and I don't know him well enough or know enough about him to know whether he's one of those guys where maybe he's that close with his brother where they've just said, listen, we're doing this. And I have a brother, and right, who has a sibling. I mean, that bond is pretty close, and if it's something like that, I mean, I don't know if that pull is that strong. I hope it's not, but I can't say 100% that it is or it isn't.
That I have a brother. Shout out to my brother if he's listening.
Yeah, shout out to my brother too. Shout out to all the brothers out there.
My brother lives in Portland.
Oh yeah.
He's an executive at Adidas. He went to University of Oregon.
Wait a minute, back up. He's an executive at Adidas?
Yeah.
Do you get, like, Adidas stuff?
I do.
Well, I'm a double XL, and I love Adidas. Just so you know.
My man.
My man. Go ahead. Sorry,
anyway. Duly noted.
Thank you.
Matt, if you're listening, that care package goes to James Duino.
Yes, it does. Don't give my address out. Inbox me.
With that said, my brother went to the University of Oregon, so I've been on the Eugene campus, hung out there. It's a cool place to be. The athletes have their own dorm room, their own dorm palace that Phil Knight paid for that is nicer than any house that you or I will ever live in. However, even my brother, who I've talked to, first of all, he wants Herbert for the Giants bad, and he knows a lot more about Herbert than I did before this season. But he said,
go ahead. I'm intrigued.
But he said he'd be a fool to stay, and he knows that, and they know that they're in the area. It's just a question of, how do you spin it, and how do you play the optics so that you can, please your college fan base, not look like you're stepping out.
Gotcha.
Fulfill your commitment, and then
makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, U of
Makes
O
sense.
is a great place. If he chose to stay, I mean, 4 years at U of O.
I can never blame a kid for staying in school, right? I mean, how do you blame a kid? To me, that takes a lot of character to say I'm going to stay in school. And if that's your conviction and that's what you want to do as a person, then who the hell are we to say anything? Well, it may not make sense to us from a financial standpoint, as fans, as football fans, to say you get a chance to be the number one pick in the draft, you're a quarterback, blah, blah. Maybe, we don't know that maybe he's one of those guys that just doesn't care about that stuff. And those guys do exist. There are guys that do stay. So, we'll see. I hope he's not one of those guys, man, because I want him bad.
All right.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Can we switch gears?
Segue?
Yeah. Get off of Herbert.
Can I segue to play the My Man drop?
Hold on, I gotta search for that one. There we go.
My man.
My man.
My man.
Landon Collins.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play stupid. Don't play dumb. We're 1-6. last year, you and Eli Apple were at each other's throats. You called him a cancer. Now, him and Snacks get traded back-to-back, and you're surprised? Listen, Landon, the defense is full of assets, and you're the biggest one.
Mm-hmm.
You might be next.
Mm-hmm.
Be ready, my man. Have that bag packed.
I think those tweets this morning were a call to be traded.
This
FYI.
hot take.
I don't think.
Listen, here's the deal.
He's been
If
told
you're
to be
Landon
quiet,
Collins,
hasn't he?
you have to realize they're not trading anybody of consequence on that offense. They gave their money to Odell, and they can put on a show and claim to be displeased and blah 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 blah. But they also know that Odell sells tickets. Odell brings in money.
Operation.
Saquon is the future of the franchise. They'd love Saquon to be the face of the franchise once Eli retires, so he's not going anywhere. The only two other players on this team that have value on offense are Nate Solder, and his value is diminishing by the second.
Oh yeah, I
Who's
would. Who's
driven
gonna
off
want
the
that
lot.
contract? Oh my God, I'd trade him for a 7th.
And Sterling Shepard, who, you know, you
Cost
could
of
make the
value, though.
argument
I'm not
that-
getting rid of Shepard. You know, you're paying him what you're paying a second round.
You could make the argument that Shepard is due to be paid in a few years, and with how much money they paid to Odell, they're probably not going to pay him long term. But you could also make the counter argument that no one is going to pay Shepard money that we could match if we wanted to. And so keep a number 2 behind Odell that has some talent and keep that working. I think Shepard's part of the future is what I'm trying to say. So that means your assets are your defense, and those are pieces that can go.
Do you know what I would do? Do you know what I would do? You know what I would do.
Go ahead.
You took Barkley second, right?
Yeah.
What can you get the most for?
Odell.
What can I bring back the most for? What
Odell?
gets me 2 first-round picks?
Odell.
My man. I trade him. I trade Collins. I trade Jenkins. I would trade anyone who anyone called me for draft picks. And I would make Barkley and Herbert the face of my franchise.
Odell, what's with you, Odell?
I would eliminate the one guy that I have to worry about being a headache for my young quarterback. And I would have Shepard maybe draft another wide receiver and have Herbert and Barkley, who is humble and sends the right message to the rest of the roster, lead this team with a bunch of young kids in the future. Mm-hmm. And I would rebuild from scrap.
Gentlemen.
And that's what I would do.
Look who I think has joined the show.
Just in time to tell me I'm crazy. Straight from happy hour. Tim.
Yo. I just wanted to hear this. And I love that we're both
There he goes.
Yeah, please form me one, because I love that we're building from scratch.
What do you want to do? You're the guy that said this team was good.
No, we're building from scratch with Barkley. So I thought we had no window with a running back. I mean, we're by the time
you already have him. What are you going to do? Trade him?
But by the time we get good with him, will we get rid of him? I mean, we can't pay him. Why are we going to pay him?
No, but I have my quarterback at that point.
Okay, so we have a quarterback and then a bunch of rookies. Awesome.
Well, they're not going to be rookies forever. They'll grow with the quarterback.
I mean, the problem is we got to pay all these people all at the same time, since we're all.
You don't got to pay all of them, because all of them aren't going to hit. You're not gonna pay all of them because all of them aren't gonna hit.
The problem, and I understand where you're coming from as far as getting rid of some of the veterans. And honestly, I don't have a problem with getting rid of some of the veterans. You know, Snacks was about 230, or he was 30, and he was honestly as good as he is when he's out there, he's playing half the snaps. Not worth the cap number he was going. Fine. Eli Apple obviously started a fight, I guess supposedly with Odell. That was the rumor that they got in a fist fight, and you see who's gone.
Wait, I don't know that rumor.
Yeah, I heard it too.
The rumor was during the game, or I don't know, after the game or something like that they had to get pulled apart because Odell was gonna fight, or they were gonna get into it.
What a fucking clusterfuck.
Man,
It's disgusting.
Man,
it's disgusting.
Listen.
It's absolutely disgusting.
Odell, if you're listening,
disgusting.
Marco, give him the number.
Yeah, Odell, it's it's a 516-453-9383.
Odell,
It's disgusting.
I want to defend you, man. I really, really do.
You can't enough. You can't. Come on, Justin. Say it, buddy. It's okay.
But hold on. But here's the thing. This is what I'm holding on to.
It's like having a really hot girlfriend and you just keep cheating on you.
Odell wants to win so badly, and he lacks a filter that, to be fair, I mean, to be completely honest, I didn't have that filter either when I was 23. When I was pissed or angry or competitive, I let the world know it exactly the way that Odell did. The difference is I wasn't an all-pro wide receiver for the New York Football Giants. Someone's got to pull that young man aside and say, listen, we know you're pissed. Get through the season. Eli's not going to be around next year, and we'll do it again. But, man,
isn't that just enabling him more, though? Isn't that just more enabling?
As far as the fighting,
isn't that just more enabling? Oh, it's okay. We understand. We'll get rid of Eli. It's okay. We get you mad. I just paid you $19 million a year. Shut up. Shut up. You just got paid 19. You're the highest paid receiver in the league. Shut up.
What's with you, Odell?
He doesn't say anything anymore. He doesn't say anything anymore. You see his interviews. He's saying all the right stuff.
He hasn't said anything anymore. 2 weeks ago, he was sitting down with Lil Wayne, making the franchise look like a joke. What do you mean he doesn't say anything anymore? All he does is say shit.
According to you, the franchise is a joke right now.
It is.
So why can't he say it?
And they're making it. Why? Why, Tim?
Why can't he say it? Why can't he say it? If it's not getting run right, why can't Odell say it?
He's part of the reason why it's not getting. Him speaking like that is part of the reason why it's the whole fucking thing's a circus.
You know,
two idiots don't make a smart person.
If nothing gets said, nothing gets fixed.
You know why?
Oh my God!
Odell, what's
you know why John Mara is mad at Odell Beckham Jr.?
Give us the reason.
Because Odell Beckham has John Mara by the balls, and they both know it.
Pretty much. Yeah, 100%.
So if
Mara's an idiot,
if Odell is traded, if they try to move him, it's a huge cap hit for us. I think it's 30 each.
First of all, they're not trading. They're not trading Odell.
I know, but James was hinting to get his favorite player.
Yeah, I know the 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
No, first of all, you don't trade Odell. You got to replace him with a wide receiver who's going to be half as good as him.
It's a fucking wide receiver, Tim.
Yeah.
What? Hold on. Do we have any idea? Do we have any estimate for what the cap hit is?
It's 30 each year.
It'd be huge.
Yeah, it'd be stupid.
It'd be huge.
I think 1 year it's actually in the 50s too.
So it's not happening.
No.
No, it's not happening. It's a pipe dream. They should have did it last year. All the things that should have been done last year, and now they're kicking themselves.
But you know what? Are you gonna go into? Let's say they started blowing up this team. You know, this past offseason. As soon as Beckham got in, just started blowing up the team, trading everybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You would have no problem with this team being garbage this coming season.
I think they'd be better than they are right now. I think they'd be better than they are right now. I think they'd have at least 2 to 3 wins.
Not hard
Here's
to be
the
better
thing.
than 1-6.
They're 1-6. You don't think that if they would have sold Vernon and Snacks, all the guys that they're 1-6 with, and replaced those poisonous, disastrous pieces that we have on the roster now, and free up all of that cap space last year, think of how active they could have been in free agency, along with all of the picks that they would have had in a much deeper draft class than, say, maybe this year.
Here's the other thing too.
Yeah, you got a point, James. Again.
Well, no,
It's common sense.
But the thing is, who are you? So, just go on the guys we just get traded. Harrison, who we replacing him with? Who would you replace him with in free agency this past offseason?
Tomlinson?
I'll just go with the guy we have in house. All right.
Yeah. Why not?
All right.
It's a defensive tackle. I mean, why not?
Oh,
You got to. I just drafted the kid, and what was Tomlinson? A second-round pick?
I don't know if he's
What did I
a
draft
nose
him
tackle.
for? I just went to a 3-4.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a
I
nose
could
tackle.
I could find a run stopper, probably for half of what I could find a guy to plug and take up a double team. I could find that guy. I'm in the 3-4. I need linebacker.
I mean, but to be fair to Stack, he's literally the best one in the league. The best run.
And they're 20th in the league in rush defense.
And it got
20th in the league in rush defense.
Is one player. Yeah.
But Tim, that's what. But Tim, exactly. The team is all. I understand he's one player, okay. But wake up, wake up. I understand he's one player. The team is awful around him. So why am I keeping him? What value does he have on a team that last year won 3 games and this year is on its way to winning 2? Why is he here? Why is Vernon here? Why am I paying him $19.5 million? Why am I paying Jenkins? I'm losing with them. I'm getting killed. I'm embarrassed with them. What's the point?
Just remember that. And I understand what you're saying.
I'm going to remember it. Tim, I'm willing to bottom out. You're bottoming with 3-13 and 1-6, Tim. What do you think's going to get worse?
Well, as far as Vernon, you got to find a trade partner. Good luck. I can't believe they got rid of JPP this past offseason.
They score 16 points a game. What are you holding on to? They're awful. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. They stop the run. They play good D for 3 quarters, and the offense is terrible for 3 quarters, and then the offense catches fire, and the defense can't stop anybody. How many years now? Same story.
But you guys,
I'm going to go.
You guys
I'm
see
going to
the
go a
last 4 minutes
step
of the game?
further.
You see the last 4 minutes of the game? Eli's back.
Am I wrong?
Eli, we got to get more.
Justin, am I wrong?
Did you just say, Tim, hold on. Did
the
you
last
just
4
say,
minutes of the
did I
game.
hear you right?
That's all that Gettleman watched, and he's going to bring him back next year. Gettleman just watched the last 4 minutes of the Falcon game. He dozed off after a late afternoon nap because he's 97. And then he woke up all startled, and he caught the last 4 minutes of the comeback. And all of a sudden, Gettleman's like, oh, that's my guy.
He's back, guys.
Here's the thing about Snacks. This is what sucks for these guys. These guys that got traded today and yesterday, they got traded for 3 reasons. One was a 56-yard field goal. One was a 63-yard field goal. And the other is Eli Manning. You want to look at the game from Monday? Fine, let's look at it. I can name you 3 throws off the top of my head that Eli Manning missed in the red zone that would have directly scored points prior to the score being 20-6 with 5 minutes to go. They ran the play where they bring Odell across the formation and they bring him out into the flat. There was nobody there.
What's with you, Odell?
If you remember, Odell caught that pass against Detroit a few years back. He speared it with one hand. He caught the corner of the football and extended the ball into the end zone. The throw was there. Eli Manning couldn't be any closer to it if I walked out there and handed him the football. And he didn't make the throw. So that's one. The second throw that he missed was in the red zone on the play that he took the sack on in the red zone. That was supposedly a coverage sack. If you listen to the idiots on Monday Night Football, they think, don't call in. We hate Cowboy fans. Sterling Shepard was wide open on that play, and if you hit him, chances are not only does he get the first down, but he scores.
And Justin, you called that live on our play-by-play. You called it live on the play-by-play. You said he's wide open. You saw him right away.
And thirdly, the corner route to Odell on the same side of the field. Odell was wide open in the back corner of the end zone, and Eli airmailed it from 10 yards out.
Think Darnold makes that throw?
If we had a competent quarterback, just start naming quarterbacks. If we had any quarterback in the league not named Eli Manning, we're probably at worst 3 and 4.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you guys something. How about this? All right? Let me ask you fucking this. All right? And let me see if I can get an honest answer from you.
Family show.
The family show was going out the window, huh?
Are the Giants better right now if they took Darnold at 2 and let's say Kalen Balaj in the 5th round?
Oh, God.
You should Google Kalen Balaj, Tim.
Who?
He's a beast in waiting.
Just Google it?
Forget Kalen Balaj. If you don't know who Kalen Balaj is, then you need to get ready for a storm that's coming. Kalenballage. The guy that scored 8 touchdowns in a game to beat Mahomes 2 years ago in college. You guys need to realize who Kalen Balaj is and watch some highlights of him because there's a storm coming in Miami when that dude gets to play. He is a 6'2", 233-pound speedster who can catch the ball and play on all 3 downs that has an attitude. That kid is going to be something else when he gets a chance to play.
What year is he in?
But forget about him. Let's just he's a rookie. He's a rookie right now. So let's forget about him. Let's say Ronald Jones in the 2nd round. Let's say pick a running back that went later. I don't care who. Are they better with Darnold than that running back with the roster that they have now? Do they win a couple of games?
Well, according to you, no.
Let's say they took Chubb in the 2nd round. Let's say they took Darnold and Nick Chubb, and they have the same roster. Everything else went the same. What's their record right now?
I think it's a little better, my friend.
Are we playing for first place this weekend?
Well, the fact is, if we had a quarterback who had a better, the simple thing is, Eli went out, and if somebody played better, we'd probably be, like Justin said, 3 and 4 right now, at the worst.
We'd be playing for first place this weekend. We'd be getting ready for a game we'd be looking at it going, we got a chance to be 4-4. We'd be fired up right now. We got a chance to be 4-4. We got the Redskins coming into our house.
Playoffs?
We'd be fired up right now.
Yeah, but you said this process is not even close. So what? Let's blow it up.
If they had a quarterback, a young one, to rally around, a kid who's making plays, a kid who every week is growing, and a team that can believe in him because the kid is actually making plays on the field, they're willing to deal with the mistakes he's made because he's made plays on the field. Okay, so what's the issue? You know he's a rookie. You know you're going to have growing pains.
What side are you on? This team needs to get blown up, or this team needs just a quarterback?
No, they had a chance to do that last. If they would have did the right thing last year,
so they
you could have got away with it.
Next year. They can't do it next year.
No, you could, but now you're now you got to get rid of everybody. It's a year later. Players are older. They're closer to the end of their contracts. The cap numbers are different. You missed the boat.
So
and there's no guarantee you're getting the quarterback last year.
So we had a 1-year window.
There's no guarantee you're getting the quarterback this year. No, Tim, you're not in a 1 year. You're not in a 1 year window to get the quarterback. But you can't guarantee. What if Herbert pulls his ACL 2 weeks from now? What if he rips his ACL 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, that's any quarterback.
Okay, great. So that's my point, Tim. You can't plan for shit that hasn't happened yet. You were in position to get the guy. You were sitting there. You didn't have to worry about trading. You didn't have to worry about any team going in front of you. You were right there.
They didn't like the quarterbacks, period.
And they were wrong.
Are they really, though?
Yeah, I mean, they are.
Honestly, I'll be straight with you. First of all, I love the way Rosen passes, but he hasn't impressed me yet. I'm not saying he won't. He's going to learn. And as far as Darnold, he's okay as from what I've seen. But I'm just saying,
considering that these guys are in their fifth games, come on, they're playing very well.
I agree with you with that. And let's put it this way. We were on Team Darnold. We were both on Team Darnold. We had our pom-poms ready. We were ready for number 2 pick to happen. It didn't happen. But from what you're saying, if we drafted a quarterback, and let's say Sam Darnold played, let's say we drafted Sam Darnold. He played a little bit better.
And let's say he played exactly like he's playing right now.
Let's
not better, not worse. Exactly what his stats are right now.
Okay, no, let's say we have 3 wins. Let's say we got 3 wins right now. Exactly what we're saying. If you played a little better, we're 3-4. Mm-hmm. My point being is, we're still going to be in the same situation as far as the older guys. So you're still blowing up the roster again. Is that what my?
No, not necessarily, because I have 3 wins and I'm playing for first place.
But we play for Super Bowls. We don't play for big playoffs.
Well, you got to get to the playoffs first, Tim. They don't just give you the Super Bowl. You got to play the 16 games.
Well,
together.
I don't sit there and watch the playoffs to lose in the first round, and that's what we would.
No, I'm not trying to lose. Tim, you get in the tournament and you see what happens. I don't give whatever record it takes to get to the tournament. It takes to get to the tournament. And then when you're in the tournament, you put a goddamn trophy in the case. And if you don't, then it's a failure. You failed. You move to the next year. I'm sorry. Why is that? It's the truth. You play 16 games to get into a tournament to try to win a trophy. If you don't win the trophy, you have failed. The goal is not to get to the playoffs.
No, and you're right. But you know what? It's fine. So we do it a year later. And you know the nice part about the year? You know the year later part that's nice? We have one of the best running backs I've seen in a long time.
If you don't get the quarterback, it doesn't matter.
And who says we can't? I'm not saying that. There's no other quarterbacks ever after last year's draft.
Wrong. No, you don't understand, dude. Don't tell me about Teddy Bridgewater. Don't tell me about who you're going to sign or bring in.
He's gonna be great for the locker room. Let's see Chad Kelly.
Chad, let me tell you something. Chad Kelly is a diamond in the rough, my friend.
And I like Chad Kelly too, as far as talent-wise. But the kid was doing this crap in college, and now he's still getting hammered.
You know what? You could pay. You could probably pay him. You could probably get away with paying the kid $300,000 to come in here and take a shot.
And let's be honest, guys. Why
I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth. You know what I would do? I'd trade Eli and I'd bring in Manziel for the last of the season. You want to put fans in the seats?
Wrong.
Canada. Get me Beckham's buddy. Let's just sell our soul completely to the devil.
I just want to put it this way. He has a problem with Odell, who's never been arrested, never been suspended as roster, according to James.
Here's the thing, dude. Here's the thing you need to realize. Okay, when they're not on the Giants roster, I really don't give a shit about that. Not to do it anymore. And if they did, I would say get rid of them. You know, I'm a fan of different guys that don't just wear Giants uniforms, and I give them a little more leeway because they're not wearing my uniform. And if they were in my uniform, then I would have a different standard for them. But the fact that a guy like Chad Kelly is standing out there, what did he do? What did he get? Was he like drunk and went wandering into somewhere?
Yeah, it sounded like he was when
maybe he went into the wrong house. Oh, come on, who hasn't done that?
Oh, I know I've done that, but you know what? I didn't get caught.
Or the wrong house, or a church. I mean, these things happen.
Yeah. and I don't know. What was our stat?
Someone on this podcast.
We talked about how happy you are. We don't get it right.
Deal.
I am.
I think.
Do you think I was happy about the Celtics season last year? Do you think I was?
No.
Well, we got all the way to Game 7 and lost. I was furious that they blew Game 7 at home the way they did. I still am furious because those opportunities don't sort of like having a franchise quarterback hand advantage.
But the difference is, and James, I think you would agree with me. The difference is, I can deal with it or had something worthwhile rooting for. I mean, you can be mad that the Celtics lost in Game 7, but ultimately you had a season. You just felt a little bit short,
and then we fell off a cliff. It was I felt like I got punched in my gut. I still do. It was like this cliff.
All right, hold on.
And if you don't think I still have bad dreams about Terry Rozier missing jump shots, you're crazy.
All right, we have a bunch of.
I just think about it differently.
Let's.
Is one of them the license plate guy?
Steeler.
LPG. If you ever want some, come get
Steeler
some,
of
baby.
the memes.
Oh man. Stream offline. Why is he saying we went offline?
Good.
Say it, James. Go.
Me. All right. 3, 2.
Someone tag that. We'll make that a little thing.
There we go. That'll be a little. Yeah. Well, and every time anybody mentions G on the show,
just give credit to due LPG.
Bring it.
he is the ultimate homer, huh? Oh my God, that guy.
No, you know who I unfollowed? Paul Dutine. I just can't do it anymore. I couldn't do it with Paul Dutine.
I'm about to unfollow. I can't. Like, I thought it was cool at first. I was like, hey, there's a guy with the license plates, and then I'm like, oh my God, he's blind as a bat. Like, what is? He's too close. Is what he is. He's too close. He's like Carl Banks. They're too close. You're too close, man.
Pull back a little. Pull back.
Yeah, too close. Too vested.
All right, let's go. 203. Ready? 203. Are you there? Who's calling in? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, what's up, Dean?
Hey, Dean.
Dean. It was good.
Fire sale. Who's next?
Dude, I honestly think they're going to shop Jenkins. They're going to shop Collins. And I wouldn't be surprised if Eli gets fucked.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
I woke up this fucking morning and I seen the snack shit. I was like, and Eli Apple got got a better trade deal we could say than this motherfucker. I don't know how we got more for him. Granted, the age.
Dean, come with me out of the franchise in Madden.
I'm not coming to
and
the dark
and
side.
come with me.
Yeah.
Come with me to reality, right? Because you got more for Abbott. He's younger and he plays cornerback.
He sucks.
He's cheaper. He's younger and he plays cornerback. And he has more upside at his age than a 30-year-old run stopper in a league where everybody passes the ball.
Well, at least we won't have to hear.
Snacks has become a situational player. Snacks is a situational player now. He is a guy that when when the run is coming, you want him in the game. When the run isn't coming, you probably don't want him in the game. And most of the time, the pass, and you do the math. Who's more valuable?
Well, I think B.J. Hill and what's his name can step in as the tackles.
Yes, we have to.
Let me just say something real quick. You guys are talking about, we need a quarterback. What about a motherfucking offensive line that can protect the quarterback? I mean, you could get Brady behind her.
The line is not the issue, Dean.
I think it's 2 seconds.
Come with me to reality. Come with me to reality. Stop making excuses after throw, and he still threw for 399 yards.
Yeah.
Imagine if he wasn't awful.
Yeah. At least we got Barkley.
How many throws? And I get it, man. I get that maybe the line's not perfect, but the line doesn't. I mean, look what Andy Dalton is doing with Bobby Hart.
I'm concerned about Eli on the pre-snap read. I mean, we saw.
Well, he knows he's going to get bulldozed over, so he's all scared. He doesn't know which way to call.
He doesn't fit.
I clocked it, dude. 2 seconds from the time he snapped the ball, there was people in his face ready.
But this is the NFL. If you're scared, get out of my kitchen.
Yeah, go away.
Yeah, but 2 seconds though. You say hype. And in 2 seconds.
It's not 2 seconds, Dean. It's not 2 seconds, dude. Maybe on.
The bottom line is, I'm not even going to get into what we pay Eli Manning, but it was the right play. And there was a 32 or 4th and 2 play where he telegraphed a swing pass to Saquon Barkley, 9 yards, where there were 2 guys coming across the middle, wide open. They'd still be running.
Let's talk about the fucking 2 bonehead quarterback sneaks yet. I mean, what the fuck was that about?
No, we didn't get to that. That's on the docket. Dean, hold on a second. Ready?
That's on the docket?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Dean, give me a second. We have lit up lines. I'll let you guys choose. Do you want to go with the 702 area code, 516-347-917, or 203?
702 is Vegas.
Vegas, baby.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Vegas. What's going on in Vegas?
Hey, it's Frankie. What's up? How's it going?
We're doing all right.
We're doing good. We're 1-6. We look like a strong team.
I was gonna say, I think definitely, obviously we need a new quarterback, obviously, but the line is definitely, there's issues on the line. You're gonna put your brother, in Houston. 2 years he was there, was the number 1 overall, most sacks in a season, quarterback sacked in the season, most in one season. 2 out of the 3 most sacks in a season.
I think he got sacked 70+ times in 2 years.
In 2 years. That really you got to address both issues, or if you're gonna any young kid you're gonna put back there is gonna get abused. And look at Barkley. I mean, he's got to get past 2-3 tackles just to get out of the backfield. I mean, there's line issues, but there's definitely quarterback issues. So I think we got, and you're not gonna get linemen in free agency like you will through the draft. Most of the time you're gonna get that better through the draft. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You want them homegrown anyway. You want them learning together regardless. We all know the offensive line needs to get fixed. they're gonna do their best they can. That's what Gettleman does. He likes the line. Like,
why are we burning third-round picks on quarterbacks that we're never going to play? This is 2 years in a row now.
That's my problem.
Let me chime in here. Here's why they did it. Here's why they went ahead and wasted a third-round deal on Mr. Fragile Beal. They did it because they thought this team needed cornerback depth because they were ready to win a Super Bowl.
No, first of all,
so they gave away a third-round pick for Beal.
Quarterback. It was quarterback, not cornerback.
I just said cornerback.
Yeah.
No, quarterback.
And I'll come in and get it.
No.
That corner. I know you're on Sam Bill, but Sam Bill's going to be a starting corner next year. And from what I've seen, yes, and I'll guarantee
Mr. Glass is going to be a starting cornerback?
He's already working with the team now. As far as he's been scouting the other teams already. If you read up on Sam Bill, and he's in the weight room, and he was going to be a first-round quarterback that we got for a third-round pick. We got a steal.
All right.
Let's hope so, Tim.
Frankie, we're going to put you on hold. Let's go to the next one. Ready? I'm feeling a little 3-4-7 action. Let's see this one.
All right.
What's up, caller? Where are you calling from?
I'm going to explore from the Bronx.
What's going on in the Bronx?
A lot of disappointment with the Giants.
I hear you.
But I think the problem is just with the quarterback. I feel like we underrate the offensive line because Eli Manning can't extend plays, and he just makes the O-line look worse than what it is.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think you're gonna get.
Because he can't move.
You're gonna get 4 out of 4.
Yeah. If you're a statue and everybody knows where the statue's gonna be, it's a lot easier to get to than if you're mobile and they don't know where you're gonna be. You know.
And I feel like.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I feel like. Huh?
Go ahead.
Like the general managers did a great job. Like a few years ago, we talked about we needed defense, and then we got Janoris Jenkins, Olivier Vernon, Snacks Harrison. The next year, they were talking about we needed wide receivers. We got Sterling Shepard, and I feel like Eli Manning needs to be in a perfect situation just for him to win. And if we need a quarterback to be in a perfect situation, we don't need him.
Wow, James, do you want to take this? Because this is pretty much up your alley.
Yeah.
I just negotiated a fantasy football trade in my money league. So
hold on.
Stop talking until now. So
hold on. Ready?
Breaking news.
What was the trade, James?
My buddy Wilson, who asked me to mention him on the podcast. So shout out to Wilson, living in Florida. Just sent me a text. Knew that I liked Jalen Richard. He acquired him on the waiver wire, and we just finalized a deal. So my team, has acquired Jalen Richard, and we have traded away Traquan Smith to House of Buckeye. So there you go. Right. Breaking news.
Nice.
Now, what was your question?
I am thankful that you got that in.
He was pretty much on your side as far as saying, the quarterback, if he needs a perfect situation, shouldn't be our quarterback.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And
yes.
And that's where we are. Guys, I was on Eli's bandwagon, and I've always protected my Eli. Not anymore. I can't deal with the bipolar play on the field.
I hear you, Tim. All right, let's hit up 516. I'm feeling 516. What's up, caller? Where are you calling from?
Long Island, New York.
That's 516, right?
What's going on, man?
Tim, I love your videos.
I appreciate it, man.
We got a Tim fan.
I have a bold question, all right? So, would you say Nate Solder is a top 10 worst free agency pickup.
Oh, yes.
Top 10?
Top 10?
Yeah, I would say.
Of all time?
Yeah, maybe.
No, not of all time. No way.
I don't know.
Not
I
of
don't know
all
if it's
time.
fair.
I'd have to
I don't know
look
if
more
it's
into
fair.
it. It's definitely one of our top 10s.
No.
We definitely overpaid for him, but is he a bad player? No.
Yes.
We definitely overpaid for him, but we had no choice. He was the only left tackle
No, we had
out
a choice.
There was only left tackle. Yeah, so Eli can get killed more. I mean, he's the only left tackle out there.
They had a choice.
Yeah, but like, still, like, you know, like when Bill Belichick releases a Patriot, you know he's not that special. Like, have you ever seen a Patriot that's been released and then like he turns out to be really good?
Yes.
Ding.
He played for us for 2 years pretty solidly. Shane Vereen.
I mean, there are players. There are players that Belichick has got rid of that has produced. Chandler Jones is playing very well over in Arizona. So yeah, I mean, there are exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, if there's a reason why if you're a free agent and there are exceptions to every rule, there are guys that are talented and it's contract situations, and some teams are just pressed against the cap and stuff like that. But certain guys that become available, like a guy, for perfect example, right? So somebody the other day said to me, what were we talking about? I think the Colts, and they were like, they need to go sign Dez Bryant, and I was like, why? And they're, it's Dez Bryant, and I was like, he can't play anymore. And what do you mean he can't play anymore? It's Dez Bryant, and I'm like, why do you think? Do you think if he could still play, that he wouldn't be signed already? Like certain guys, if they're available for a reason.
He's waiting for the right team.
Solder was one of those guys, and Belichick is good at knowing when to pull the plug.
Exactly.
Yeah, you guys are right. I'm not lying that, but to be fair, Patriots wanted Nate Solder back. Obviously, we overpaid for him, and they weren't going to match what we paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Plus, they have a better.
So frustrating.
They have a better offensive line where they could hide some of his weaknesses better, and he won't be as exposed as he is like where we are.
They've already replaced Solder.
Here's the thing about the Patriots. You want to talk about the Patriots and Nate Solder? There's a podcast out by the Spotlight team at the Boston Globe, and it chronicles the Aaron Hernandez situation. It's a great listen if you're into that sort of storytelling and that sort of thing.
Yeah, please not plug other podcasts.
They're not listen. It's not a podcast like us. It's like it's a news story. But the point that they made that I'm going to cherry pick off of. The point that they made that I'm going to cherry pick off of is that the Patriots bring guys in, either A, that nobody else wants, or B, comes from a tough situation, right? And they pay them less. That way, they know that those guys are motivated to do their job, because if they don't do their job and they're forced to leave, nobody else is going to want them. And you know what Nate Solder is suffering from right now? Something that I like to call the disease of more. He's fat, and he's happy, he got his money, and he's got no reason to show out. You can be mad at Nate Solder all you want. He played like shit on Monday. I'll be the first one to tell you. But that's the Giants' fault. Because they brought in a guy that has no reason to play. Once they started 1-6, what the hell does Nate Solder care?
Right.
34.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got his money. What are they going to do? They're not going to cut him. The worst they can do is bench him. And what does he care?
He's still getting good money.
I think James is busy eating a sandwich or something while I hear him chewing. So I put him on the temporary put him on the temporary block.
Yeah.
Temporary mute. Finish that sandwich. Let's see.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem, man. Thanks for the comments and videos. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
A bunch of people want to know, is Tim drinking right now? That's in the section. When did this all start?
No, I'm not. When did everybody start thinking I'm just like I'm just getting hammered at all times now?
I think it's the deep voice, Tim.
That one video, though, you did sound really drunk.
And
I don't know what it,
and I was.
I don't
I'm not
know
gonna lie.
what it was.
There has been multiple videos that I did come back from the bar and then record. me and Marco have had. Marco has edited me to where it made me sound at least somewhat sober. But
yeah, let's talk about the audio that you sent me yesterday. I'll have it out tomorrow. But there's heavy editing on that one.
No, I'm just long-winded. I'm long-winded on that one. I was all right. I wasn't drinking.
All right, we have a bunch of people newly listening. I believe I see the numbers are pretty impressive, and I'm proud of us. I'm proud.
Nice. We appreciate everybody listening. By the way, and,
yeah.
Keep spreading the word about Bleedbigblue. I mean, we all need our. We all need the vent.
Right. If you're newly listening, hit that subscribe button, please. And I have alerts on, so if you hit it, you'll get a little shout out on the channel. Let's see. Should we jump back into James, or is he like fully done with his sandwich? Let's jump in. Let's see.
Any chat room questions, by the way?
I need a couple more seconds. This sandwich is delicious.
What type of sandwich?
I put him back on mute. Let's see. Tim, what was the question?
I have a fantasy.
Any chat room questions or what?
Yeah.
I have a fantasy football question for James when he gets back on.
All right, you want to tackle the comment section? All right.
Yeah, let's go comment section.
What should we show love to? Facebook or YouTube?
Is anybody else on the phone line still that we haven't talked to?
No, we're good there.
All right.
No,
right.
no,
Yeah,
we got one. No, I'm lying. The lines are lit. Hold on. Ready? 330. Where's that? Do we know where that is?
Shit, where is that?
I don't know. Let's ask him. 330. What's going on?
Hello. Hey, what's going on, man?
We are a disgrace.
We are. It's not good. Where are you calling from? Ohio.
Okay.
You got to turn the background down.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Oh wait.
Ow.
All right. So what's your question? What's your name and what's your question?
Justin, and if we're going to go full tank mode, just trade everybody, including Odell, Barkley, Ingram, Shepard. Just
trade all.
Just do a fire sale.
You think you can get
if we do that,
pick with?
If we did that, then prepare to be 4-12 for the next 5 seasons. If you're okay with being 4-12 for the next 5 seasons, then go ahead and do all that. I understand we're disappointed because we're 1-6, and I understand that a lot of that has to do with expectation. But let's also be real. If you do a complete fire sale, to rebuild an NFL team from scratch is a 3 to 4 season commitment.
Right.
You have to
That's
keep
what I've
talent.
been saying since the
You have
off
to keep
season. We
talent
need
on
to
the
do.
roster. You have to keep talent on the roster somewhere. This isn't.
Yeah.
This isn't Madden where you can just pull off trades and miraculous free agent signings because you offer people the most money. Free agents want to go where they have a chance to win. They want to go to a place where they have a chance to play with talent. So if you want to deflate the roster and sell everybody off, I'm fine with that. But then you're also saying, I'm okay with being 4-12 for the next half a decade. And based on the way that we've responded to being 1-6 the last two, I don't think anybody agrees with that.
And Justin, you know what? You brought up a great point that that we forget about is people got to want to sign with us. And Odell, whether you like him or not, players love him around the league.
Yep.
And people want to play with Odell. People are going to want to play with Saquon after you watch him on film. You know what? And that's one thing was, we've talked about getting rid of Landon Collins on top of it, and I'm sort of 50-50 on it. Well, if he wants big money, see you later. But if we
He's
resign
probably
him,
going to want Odell money.
yeah, I hope he doesn't because he definitely doesn't deserve it.
No, he can't get
money. But Landon Collins is going to get safety money, but he's not even an all-pro. He's not even
Right.
a Pro Bowler. He had one good year at this point. He's a solid player, and he hustles his ass off. My thing is he's well-liked around the league as far as defensive players because he has the connection to Alabama, and God knows Alabama's putting out like 12 to 13 pros a year.
Jesus. And I've been saying trade Odell since the offseason. And if we did that, we would have got Quentin Nelson, Will Hernandez, and Billy Price in the same draft. This past draft, we would have got all that.
I'm a big fan with the Billy Price one. I think he's good, but he got hurt like immediately as soon as he became a pro.
Wait, Billy got hurt?
Yeah, Billy Price is hurt, as far as I know.
Oh, dang. And I know his dad.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing. And I'm with you as far as the offensive line. The nice part is going into this draft, there's a lot of tackles going into this draft.
And I think I got an idea with the offensive line. I think we should stick with Spencer Pulley at center, move Chad Wheeler over to guard, since there's a lot of tackles in this draft. Keep Will Hernandez at guard. Have that. It's like, all right, Pulley, you're the center. Wheeler, you're moving the guard. And then Hernandez, you be the guard. And then we'll draft 2 offensive tackles. Nate Solder, get the hell out, because you suck.
Again, Nate Solder, as much as you hate Nate Solder, he's not as bad as people are talking about. He's definitely not Eric Flowers.
Oh, God, no one can be Eric Flowers.
But with the contract he just signed, we're not getting rid of him next year. It would hurt more the captain. There's no way we could touch him. So, as far as I'm concerned, we just got to fix the right side.
But in the offseason,
let's
trade that first overall pick.
That's the thing. With the first overall pick, there's going to be a lot of questions. If the quarterback doesn't come out that everybody wants, Herbert from Oregon, if he doesn't come out, do we just trade
it?
Yeah, I mean,
trade that first pick. If Herbert's not there, sell the pick.
Yeah.
Or if a quarterback you don't quarterback the Gettleman, which I highly doubt he's going to do, the dude's an idiot, trade the pick.
Yeah, I mean, but you could also, there's a lot of good pass rushers as well in this draft, which is, God knows we need a pass rush, because that's one thing that's killing us on defense.
Yep.
Our secondary is overmatched a lot, but, they can't do anything if, Matt Ryan's got all day back there. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
Nope. He could probably eat a sandwich before he even throws a ball.
100%.
Speaking of sandwiches, James, how's it going over there?
I'm done, and I'm full. It was delicious, buddy. I didn't eat dinner all night. I didn't have dinner.
And I knew I was gonna make that joke right when I got on because you were eating a sandwich.
There you go, buddy.
Well,
Everything works. People
there's
like
no
people.
comedy in this terrible
Work.
situation of Giants fandom.
Working with the
That's all we got, my friend.
We all got each other.
Yep.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah, buddy.
Fantasy football question for you.
Oh, I love it. Shoot.
All right, so I'm in a league. It's not a PPR.
Okay. Standard scoring.
Right.
Got it.
Standard scoring. So I have 3 spots. I have 4 players. All right.
Go.
Adrian Peterson,
Mm.
Lamar Miller,
Mm.
Will Fuller,
Mm.
and Tariq Cohen.
And who?
Tariq Cohen.
For me, this is pretty easy.
Do I start with 3 running backs?
I'm definitely playing. No. Definitely playing Lamar Miller because I think it's a revenge game for him. I think Miami's horrible against the run. He's coming off a good game. It's a short week and they're at home. Everything adds up to Miller getting probably 20-plus touches, chance of finding the end zone, probably an 80-yard floor, right? I would say. So I think Miller's a safe play tomorrow night. I think you get at least 8 points, probably more, from Miller. Fuller, I think, is a no-brainer because if Deshaun Watson's playing, you're playing Fuller. He's got a chance to find the end zone anytime that he's playing with Watson. So I think that's a no-brainer too. And then I would go with Tariq Cohen as the third guy. I think that the Bears play the Jets this weekend. He should have a lot of opportunities via the passing game, and they are giving him the ball more on the ground too. So those would be my 3 guys.
So you sit AP against the snackless Giants.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I sit AP. I like the Giants this weekend for some reason.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like the Giants.
Watch them
For
start
some reason,
winning now.
I like the Giants. I think the Giants going to play tough this weekend. I don't know if they'll win the game, but I think they'll play Washington tough this weekend. I don't think Washington is really that. Well, offensively, they're not threatening to me. And I think the Giants at least play hard. So, defensively at least. So, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants won it 16-14, 17-16, something like that. I think it'll be that low-scoring, and they'll have a chance to win the game. So, not sold on Peterson this weekend whatsoever. I like the other guys.
I want to work through a scenario with you guys too, because I was thinking about this. So, let's just say that this Sunday is Eli's last game as a starter.
Okay.
So let's say after the bye week, they bring in Laletta. All right?
Yeah.
It preserves Eli's winning record with the Giants. And you can always bring him back later for a swan song at the end of the season. But my question to you is, if Laletta comes in, so he plays Tampa, he plays a few division games, let's say Laletta completes 60% of his passes, has 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, and wins 2 games. I mean, is that enough? What if Laletta plays the season? What for him is considered a success?
I think that everyone is going to realize. I hope he plays this year, because I want this narrative of that Laletta is any good to stop. So I hope he gets a chance to play this year, because I don't think the kid's any good. I don't think he's going to be able to play on the NFL level against top-level competition. I just don't think so. I mean, I think he has good traits, but I don't think he has the physical tools to do it in the NFL. I look at him and I see Chad Pennington. I see a guy that will be nice at times, have a couple of big games, but not a guy that's going to even come close to getting you over the hump. So no, I'm not. I really. If Herbert, so let's say I'll give you a scenario right now, right? So let's say he comes in, Laletta, the last 3 games of the season, and throws for 60% of his passes. In 3 games, throws for, let's say, 825 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick, and the Giants lose all 3 games. You're still not taking Herbert? I'll even give you one better. They win all 3 games. You're still not taking Herbert?
Nope.
You're on crack.
Don't need to. We got Laletta.
You're on crack. and these are things that Dave
trolling.
Gettleman will do. I mean, the guy made a decision to stick with Eli after watching 1 friggin' game against the Eagles. So would it surprise you if he thought he's going to stick with Laletta after watching 3 games?
Yeah, but he played great that game.
Here's the scenario that I'll give you.
He did play great that game. He did.
If Laletta plays an amazing game in our second game against Philly,
here's the deal. You know what? You want to show me what Laletta is? Let's see him now. I want to see a half a season. I don't want to see 3 games. I'm not making my decision. I'm not making my decision for the next. I'm not missing again. They've already missed on Darnold. They already missed on Rosen. They already missed on a bunch of options that they could have had without having to jump through hoops to friggin' get them. You don't do that again for Laletta. I'm sorry. You take Herbert, you bring him to camp, and if both guys end up being good, you now have an asset you can sell. That's a great case scenario. But you do not let Herbert fall past you and then end up with Darnold somewhere else and Herbert somewhere else, lighting it up while you got Kyle Laletta going 7-9. But you got some nice highlights to Beckham and Barkley every now and again.
What about this? How about forget Laletta for a second.
Thank you.
What about
now Chad Kelly? I could get behind.
Of course you could. What about
anybody with the nickname Swag? Sign me up.
What about this scenario? You let Herbert pass you. You use a first-round pick on Nick Bosa.
I'll kill myself.
Or Ed Oliver.
Kill myself.
Take your pick.
Kill myself.
And then.
Are you serious?
And then take Drew Lock.
Kill myself.
Now, we can.
I want nothing to do with any other quarterback besides Herbert.
We got Kyle Strimmer we can get in the 3rd. Easy.
I want nothing to do with any other quarterback besides Herbert coming in this draft. None of them. Thank you. No thank you. Sorry.
I'll take
0.
a sandwich.
Yeah, I'll just have. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, how about this scenario I heard? How about we stack up our team and we go get Joe Flacco for a year or 2?
My God, kill me. Who? Why? Why? What? Why? Why? What? Whose scenario is this?
I saw it on Twitter.
Oh my God. That person didn't have a blue check mark. That person had a short yellow bus by their name. It's like the idiot that say trade for car. Trade for car. Yeah, let's trade one bad contract for another.
Window liquor.
My God. Draft a quarterback. Find your kid, draft him, get him on a rookie contract. Build your team around the kid. That's how you do it. Welcome to the new NFL.
That's how you do it. That's how you debate.
That's how you do it. That's how you debate. Right to tag, baby. Good one. I like that. I pull that debate line all the time, Justin. I dig it.
For someone who doesn't like Gettleman, you put a lot of faith in him drafted.
Oh, I got no faith in him.
I'm
Zero.
Here's the thing.
You want zero faith in him.
You want to have
Acquiring the picks is the right move. Do I think that he's going to do the right thing with the picks? No, he just drafted a running back at 2 when he could have got a franchise quarterback because he watched Eli Manning play one game against the Eagles. Do I think he's going to do the right thing?
And here's
He's signed Jonathan Stewart to a $4 million contract.
We can get Bryce Love in the second round, though. And back up.
No, thank you.
Really,
you could trade for McCaffrey too. The other running back that he drafted, the other situational running back that he drafted at number 8.
Bring Jonathan Stewart back.
Jesus, off IR.
He's bound to have a good year this year.
We can say all we want.
Yeah, has to, right?
We can say all we want that.
I watched him play that one game.
Trading the players for assets is the right move, because it is. Basically, Gettleman's goal over the next 2 weeks is anybody that he doesn't see signing long term, he should trade for whatever he can get for him. And if that's a 7th round pick, you take it.
Take it.
I think he's going to trade Jenkins. I definitely think Jenkins is gone. I'm really curious if he can get rid of Vernon. Because Vernon's got like a tight $19 million cap hit next year.
With that said, the return that he's going to get on these players scares me. Because you're creating so many needs by trading the talent that if you package the picks as draft capital to move up, you're forfeiting some degree of either getting multiple players that are going to help your team, or
The whole right side of the line is awful, right? You overpaid Solder. Every decision, $12 million to the running back position. $12 million to running backs on a roster with a ton of holes. You can continue to pat Dave Gettleman's back all you want. He failed in every way. And selling the picks is right. What he does with them, God help us all.
See, I don't agree. I think the Saquon is debatable. And
it's
as far
not.
as it is,
it's not debatable. It's not debatable. It's not.
Just because you like the quarterback,
Carson Wentz marched up and down the field with Smallwood and Clement. We have a running back breaking records, and we are last in the league in scoring and 1-6. Your general manager told you that this player was going to make everyone around him better. He makes the defense better. He makes the quarterback better. He makes the linemen better, the hog mollies, and you all went drinking the blue Kool-Aid.
Well, let's answer that question. He did.
He did. They're 1-6. They're averaging. They're last in the league in points per game.
He made them better.
They're last in the league in points per game, Tim. They're 1-6. They made them better.
The quarterback fell off the cliff. He didn't plan for it. It happened.
Jesus. Oh, my Lord.
The quarterback fell off the cliff.
Oh, my God.
You said it yourself. All we need is a quarterback. So we'll get the quarterback.
God. You had your chance, and you took a running back. You're not getting it yet.
If you don't like the quarterback.
You not get it yet.
Do you not get that he didn't like the quarterback?
Then he's an idiot. Then he failed. Dude, I don't know what you want me to tell you, Tim. He's a moron. Because if you don't like the quarterback, you trade the pick for a person that does like the quarterback. And you get a ton of picks in return, and you build the roster. There were two options.
And let's put it away. I agree with your options. And that's the funny thing is that I love arguing.
So stop just agreeing for just agreeing because you're a Giants fan.
No, but
I'm a diehard Giants fan. I'm not going to sit here and tell me that my eyes are not seeing what they're seeing. They failed.
Let's take names out of it. Let's say I give you 2 envelopes. You know what? This one envelope, I'm giving you a Hall of Fame player. It's guaranteed. It might not be a position you like, but it's going to be a Hall of Fame player. And then this other envelope, I'm going to give you, there's a chance this player's going to be good. But it's at a position you need.
It's a quarterback.
But, and, you know, what envelope do you take? Because Saquon.
I'm only taking the other envelope if it's a quarterback. If you can't guarantee me the envelope, I'll take the Hall of Fame player that's a punter.
But my point being is Saquon was the safest pick at number 2. You know
he was the wrong pick.
But let's say we took somebody else, player X, and player X sucks, sucks. Then you know what? We the number 2 overall pick altogether.
Well, why does player X suck? What if player X was Chubb? Not Nick Chubb. What if player X was
Chubb?
What if it was Chubb?
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm not saying. You know, it could be, but let's say he sucks. Let's say when Bradley Chubb.
Well, you're not just gonna take anybody at 2. So out of the players that were there at 2, and I think you knew where I stand. To me, it was a quarterback. Trade the pick, and if you were going to not trade the pick, the only positional player to take it to, cost to value against the cap, with the long-term best interest of the franchise's mind, is the defensive end. It is the linebacker. It's Chubb. It's not Barkley. Sorry.
Are you gonna?
I know. He's fun to watch. I get it. But the goal is to put a trophy in the case, not get on SportsCenter.
Let's say we get Herbert. Let's say we get Herbert. Somehow, some way, we get Herbert this draft. Are you going to get off the Saquon shit?
That's the only. Tim, we need a quarterback. Yes, you got to go get your quarterback. Get me Herbert. You don't get me Herbert, and my rage is going to. I swear to God, if they don't get Herbert, if they don't get him, because then you're pushing it now another year.
Please, all our fans out there, write letters to the Giants and let.
Oh, by that time, Negative Nation will be riled up to the point where we will storm the castle. Now with the play-by-play on Sundays, and now we're starting to get more listeners and more people are watching, and we're starting to grow a little bit. Now the Negative Nation will grow. More people will see, like Justin, how Justin was Mr. Positive, and now Justin all of a sudden he's come over to the dark side. If you look at his hand now, it's all black. Right? One of his hands is all black now. He's on his way to the dark side. So, like, we're coming out, right? The common sense of how wrong they were is coming out, and we're going to take over.
I despise Eli Manning.
You tell me 6 months ago that would have came out of Justin's mouth.
Yeah.
I despise Eli Manning. And here's another thing that I want to say about Eli.
Yeah.
While I have the opportunity.
You have the floor.
What strikes me, and again, I'm not paid to make these evaluations, but what strikes me is Eli is significantly worse from what he was last year. He wasn't great last year. You know, before the benching and the fact that it was for Geno Smith, the benching made a lot of sense. The problem was that it was for Geno, and I will continue to say that, not to derail the conversation.
I agree. Don't get it going. No, let's not get that going.
However,
I don't understand.
However, what I will say, back to my original point, Eli's much worse than he was at any point last season.
Yes, I agree with that. This is
now. With that also said, that stands for two reasons. Because guess what? He's 37. So if I'm a GM, I'm coming in there new. Even if I'm looking at his best game and I'm saying that fireballer still got it, I'm banking on the fact that there's going to be some regression because he's 37 and because there's a family history with Peyton of the arm falling off. And so it's on Dave Gettleman for screwing up that evaluation. And Dave Gettleman is the reason why we're selling off now. Because I will say it again, give me any other quarterback in the league, and this team is at least 3-4.
I agree.
At least 3-4.
I agree.
So it's on Dave Gettleman for that evaluation. And I will also say while I'm here, anybody that watched the games over the past 2 weeks, Eli's arm is shot. He threw that ball up to Cody Latimer against the Eagles that was 10 yards short, got him injured. There was a throw to Sterling Shepard that was a good 5 yards short, that if he put him out in front of him, he's probably still running. The arm isn't there anymore. On the deep end, and maybe that's why he's captain check down. He knows in his heart of hearts he can't make the throws. That's right, Eli.
Yes.
Give him the number, Marco.
The shade to Eli. Eli.
Listen, exits are usually never.
Eli, you know we love you.
It's the rare.
It's just time to hang it up.
Yes, we love what you use.
It's the rare athlete who would go out on top.
We're kind of fed up with your current iteration, my friend.
Yeah, we need to realize.
I don't blame Eli. It's the management's fault for not recognizing the situation and having the balls to do something about it.
It's the rare athlete who could go out on top. Very rare.
They did the right thing last year, and you know who is to blame? It's all you people that had a problem with Geno Smith.
Well, there we go.
You know what? I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but that is the God's honest truth. Everyone who had a problem with Geno Smith, thank you for what we're watching right now. Thank you. Because you couldn't open your eyes enough to see that Geno was a chess move to get to Webb, that Webb was inactive all year long, and it was going to probably take a week of him getting some practice reps in the system before he was ready to play.
That's a lot.
Not see
Think about it, James.
Was for him to play.
It's a lot of time. It's a lot of Geno Smith.
Against Dallas at home.
That's like 5 quarters.
Deal with a week.
That's 5 quarters ago.
A week of Geno Smith. A week and maybe a quarter of Geno Smith.
Think about it.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's a lot of time. It's a lot of.
It's a lot for a crybaby fan base, man. That's what it's a lot.
That's like 5 quarters. That's 5 quarters.
You know what? And in that quarter, he scored more points than Eli averaged for the games that he played. Geno scored 17 points in Oakland on the road that day. Eli averaged 14 per game last year, 15 per game.
Did you watch the Philly game? Did you watch the Philly game?
Did you watch Eli?
I don't think he did
you
watch
watch
the Philly
Eli?
game. Did you see Eli in the Philly game?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, you can just
And then I
pull right
watched the
back
other
in.
games too. That's my problem.
Uh,
If I could have only have just watched that one game.
You know what? Can we just bring Davis Webb back? Let's just sign him off the Jets practice squad.
yeah, you can just pull him right back in.
I'd call him Canada. I'm telling you right now, I'd fly in Manziel.
Oh,
I'd fly in Manziel. You telling me you wouldn't rather watch Johnny Manziel right now in this offense than Eli Manning? Tell me that with a straight face.
Manziel sucks.
Tell me, I know he sucks. You're telling me you wouldn't like watching him throw it, running around and throwing it around to Beckham
Listen,
and these guys?
it's all gonna be.
Barkley in the read
It's
option?
all gonna be
You're
nice
telling me that
because
would be more fun than
next
watching it?
next year.
Jeremy, if he had like,
I already
one good
see it.
game,
If he gets killed, who cares?
and people would actually be on the Manziel train.
Listen, it's all gonna be.
They'll never do it. It would be hilarious,
next year.
4.
I already see
9.
it. Herbert. What number? Let's just plan ahead. What number is he going to wear? Can't wear 10. That's held for the greatest quarterback in New York Giants history.
4.
9.
It would turn my frown upside down if he actually comes out and the Giants are in position to grab him.
Maybe it's the year he left college and he takes number, 18 or something like that. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe he takes number 1 where he was drafted.
It would turn my frown upside down if he actually comes out and the Giants are in position to grab him.
Yes.
To have Herbert, Odell, and Barkley would be a solid trio. And not to mention
How
Shepard and
excited,
Angel.
if we got Justin Herbert, how excited would we be from May to September?
I would argue it.
It would be like I was eating Viagra 3 times a day.
You'd have a sandwich like every night.
I'd be able to eat it without my hand.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Gentlemen, let's see, how long has it been? It's been almost 2 hours.
Possibly.
We got.
A little gabagool.
You have a question? Logistics.
Oh my god.
It's my specialty.
Oh god.
Gentlemen, let's see, how long has it been? It's been almost 2 hours.
Marco, I have a
We're
question.
getting down.
I have
You have a question?
I have a logistics question for you.
Logistics.
Is Dean's profanity laced 2.5-minute segment that almost caused me to spit out my Gatorade several times to get us?
I think they've come down a little.
The interwebs.
No, I think they've come down a little.
Dean, we love you.
I think 1 or 2 F-bombs in there. I don't mind.
We're fairly good now.
YouTube doesn't like the F word, Dean.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think they've
I
come
wasn't
down a
even
little.
that bad tonight.
No, I think they come down a little. I think 1 or 2 F-bombs in there. They don't mind.
Shout out to other listeners. Ned, I'm playing you this week in fantasy, and I'm going to kick your ass harder
I don't know.
than
How are they doing?
that stupid app that you want us to use, Discord.
How's that fantasy league going? How's the team doing that was supposed to win no games?
I don't know.
Hey,
how are they
listen.
doing?
The dark side is
I'm
1-2,
not sure.
baby.
I just wish James had the second
yeah.
pick and he took Barkley with
Sitting
the
pretty
second
on the
pick.
top of the league 7 weeks in. I like it.
And
Hey
if
guys,
I wouldn't-
how are you?
You took Barkley, that's why. You take a running back early.
I took Barkley at 1.
Oh my god. Let's see. We gotta do any house
I
cleaning.
just wish
So
James had the second
this
pick
Sunday,
and
I don't
took
know.
Barkley with the second
I don't know if
pick.
we're gonna be able to do a live show during the game.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
My God. Let's see. We got to do any house cleaning. So this Sunday, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do a live show during the game.
Oh, the fans are test.
Yeah.
The 1 o'clock starts are tough. We're live.
I'm in.
We're
I
here
can
at
do it.
Muffin's Pub with,
I know Tim can.
Tim.
He's at the bar. He's on. We can go to location at the bar with
Tim,
Tim.
can you tell us the scenery?
We're gonna go to the bar. We're gonna. Tim, we got Tim at the bar. Tim, are you coming in? Thanks, Tim, for that analysis. Great analysis.
Hi, we're here at Muffin's Pub with Tim.
I will call.
Tim, can you tell us the
in.
scenery out there?
First of all, I will call in.
Tim, you talking to any of the fans in the area?
Yeah,
I just ordered a drink from the bartender.
We still got to figure out how we're gonna. We got to do one game all together, like in person.
Yeah, we should probably do this year when we really suck. The tickets.
Yeah, can we do it next? Can we do it maybe in a year where we're going to score more than 16 points in a game?
Yeah.
I mean, I like you guys and all, but I don't want to drive like 3 hours to watch them score like 7 points.
I just remember.
I got like 8 hours.
Who was it that thought that we were all in the same room?
That was
Todd.
J-Zack. Yeah, J-Zack.
Hey, have you guys seen the Geico commercial? Is it the Geico
What commercial is it?
The guy's sitting on his. He's sitting out back and he's got all the people doing the work on his lawn, and the guy named Todd. He tells the guy Todd, you will make me a frittata. I want that drop for when J-Zack.
What commercial is it?
Dude, has anybody seen it?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
He says Todd twice in the commercial. He tells Todd to do something else, and then he Todd comes back.
Find it on YouTube and send me the clip.
He's like,
I'll cut it up.
He's like, Todd, you will, at the end, he's like, Todd, you will make me. He has all these people hypnotized doing all his housework, Marco. And at the end, he turns to this guy named. He's like, Todd, you will make me a frittata.
Find it on YouTube and send me the clip. I'll cut it
That's what I'm gonna do. I gotta find because when he called in, we got it. Todd, shut up. Go make me a frittata.
I want to say it's a Geico commercial, but I'm not sure.
I think it is.
We covered that earlier in the podcast.
We're two different people.
He did, and technically we are.
Yes.
He's not wrong on that.
I don't know which one I like better though.
Neither one likes you.
we covered that earlier in the podcast.
How bad is our arguments like first thing in the morning? It's not like it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. This is 7 o'clock in the morning. We're arguing.
You guys get me fired up with some of the silly things that you say.
It's obviously.
I get so fired up.
First of all,
I'm sitting at work in a meeting, and all of a sudden I'm like, God damn it! And they're like, what happened? I'm like, nothing. He doesn't think that it was value for snacks. It was value for snacks.
Obviously.
Marco knows what I'm doing 90% of the time.
Just trying to round my ass up. Like I got nothing better to do. I got to mute you guys sometimes.
I'm just stirring the pot. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
Jimmy looks at James in the mirror and he's like, just mute them. Just mute them. It'll be okay.
It's okay. They're your friends.
I usually can bring
James is like, you don't take a running back at 2. And I got to mute you.
This is how I bring in James. First of all, I act like I'm on his side. I'll start off with the comments like,
let's not pretend here. I know you're getting on my nerves the entire time.
I always start off like, this franchise is letting us down. Let's call CPS. And
he even uses lingo, yeah.
Yeah, and they're delusional. Then James like, hell yes, you're right. And I'm like, no, you're wrong.
How many minutes do we got in this sucker before it shuts off?
Then I'll switch it up. As soon as you start we're on the same side, I switch it up.
Yeah, I think you're the bipolar.
That was sucker. SUCKER.
All right, how many minutes do we got in this sucker before it shuts off?
Wow, Marco.
All right, so maybe we can figure something out. We might need Todd Frittata to stream it if we're going to do it on...
SUCKER.
To do it on Sunday.
Wow.
I think he would, though.
All right, so maybe we can figure something out. We might need Todd Frittata to stream it if we're going to do it on...
Todd Frittata.
We just
to do it on Sunday.
You're physically there to stream it. Make sure everything's okay.
Oh, that's so we could do so many different things with that.
I'm not getting
The only thing is he has to be willing to stream it and
Yeah,
not
produce.
We just need you physically there to stream it.
just
Make
need
sure
to
everything
You
is
gave it a
good.
hot 8
You're the
seconds.
producer.
also-
I mean, what do they call it? They're the guy behind the, you're the guy, you do all the
Right.
technical stuff. You're very
Yeah,
important to the
producer.
All
show.
right, for,
I'm done with Discord.
let's see. So during the show, we
We
picked
gave it a
up,
hot 8 seconds.
look at that, 3
Oh,
subscribers.
that's it.
Look at that.
You got
We
so
hate
I don't
frustrated.
understand.
We
I
hate
don't
this.
understand it.
Welcome, welcome.
All right.
We're too old for
For-
these apps.
Let's see. So during the show, we picked up.
This was a
Look
quality
at that,
show.
3 subscribers. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Hey,
Yeah, Wilson.
Hey,
He's
3
looking at me.
subscribers.
hey,
Well,
I think my buddy
I sent-
who I just made that fantasy trade with, I think he ended up listening.
I sent everyone
Wilson, if you're out there,
the whatchamacallit. I don't know
subscribe
if,
button, buddy, on
if
your
you
YouTube.
got it. From the super chats when the people tipped during the live show. I sent that out. Yes. Yeah, no one liked what they heard today. Not a one came in, but you know. But it was. But it was still a good show. Alright, so if you're newly listening, hit the subscribe button. We will see everyone maybe on Sunday during the game. That's probably it. Anyone want to... We didn't even do predictions, or we didn't even touch the game. We have how many seconds? Nah, we're done. We're done. We're off the air. Alright, everyone. Later.